Welcome to Cryptogenics.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday evening live KGX presentation. My name is Brandon Ivey. I'm a pinnacle leader within KGX from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time to your schedule on this Thursday. To be logging in, I promise I'm going to keep this short and sweet, give you enough information to give you an informed decision on whether or not this is the direction you want to move into. Now, this is my last presentation I'll be doing for a couple of weeks because we're about to hit the road and be traveling. So let's go ahead and get started with this. Thank you for being here. And if you've never heard of Bitcoin before, then you're in for a treat. If you have and you consider yourself an expert, you're still going to learn something new. And this is for you as well. You know, I have only been in the crypto space now just for a couple of years. Seriously, for 1 year. I bought my first crypto more than 2 years ago, my first Bitcoin. And I didn't know what Bitcoin was. I kept hearing about it. I didn't think it was anything real. I thought it was, some kids living in their mom's basement playing with Monopoly money all day long. I didn't think that this thing was real or anything to it. And when I first heard about it, it was 2012 when Bitcoin was over $100 a coin. It got my attention in 2016 when it crossed over $600 a coin, and I bought Bitcoin for the first time. It's also the only time I bought Bitcoin because I earn Bitcoin now. I don't buy Bitcoin. But it wasn't until 2017 it really caught my attention because people that I knew were making a lot of money off of Bitcoin. They were becoming those Bitcoin millionaires. And I was like, if they can do it, so can I. I just need to know what they're doing. So I started asking them questions. And to my surprise, they couldn't answer my questions. And I'm like, how are you making all this money and investing this money and you don't even understand and know what's going on? And their only answer was, well, I just keep being part of these companies and Bitcoin keeps going up. And these companies are promising me a return on my money. They're guaranteeing it. And that just brought red flags to me right there. I said, first and foremost, nothing can be a guarantee. And second, nothing always keeps going up. Not even the stock market keeps going up. Nobody wins 100% of the time. So if I'm going to invest in this space, I need to get educated about it. I need to learn about it. Unfortunately, there was no organizations or platforms or anything out there that was teaching about cryptocurrency. At best, I'd have to go onto YouTube and Google. And that's exactly what I did. And I found thousands upon thousands and videos and articles. I didn't know where to begin. I felt overwhelmed. I didn't even know what questions to ask. But I trudged through because I knew I needed to understand this information. And even after going through it, 6 months later, before I felt confident enough to start to invest in this space, I didn't start with $10,000. I didn't start with $50,000 or $100,000. I started with $30. Some of you may laugh at that, but I was at a point in my life where I was done running out of my savings, living off of fumes. That's all I had to really put in because I had to pay bills. But I was able to flip that $30 into six figures in less than 4 months. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you the power of this industry. Cryptocurrency, this is wealth transfer taking place right before our eyes. And every single one of us has an opportunity to be a part of it. So while I had great success in 2017, there was also a lot of people that had great loss because they were part of companies that were promising 1% a day, 2% a day guarantee on your money. Give us your Bitcoin and we're going to double your Bitcoin in 30 days. And people made a whole lot of money with that. There's no denying that. But then reality hit. A lot of these companies were operating illegally. They were not registered with the SEC. They were charged with selling securities. They were either outright scams or the owners ran off with everybody's Bitcoin. And people ended up losing a lot of money and put a bad taste in people's mouths. So going into 2018, we said, we're going to do something a little bit differently. Because the people who survived 2017, were the ones who were educated on this space. So we're going to bring crypto education to the masses, and that's where KGX was formed. To teach you everything you need to know about cryptocurrency so that you will be armed with information to be a little bit dangerous in this field, to be able to maneuver and invest properly. Yes, you will have loss somewhere, but your gains will be far more than what you lose because you're educated in this space. So what is this all about? In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the world's first global decentralized cryptocurrency. In 2009, Bitcoin's value was less than 1 penny. In 2010, Bitcoin's value was valued at 40 cents. In 2016, it was valued at $600. In 2018, it's been fluctuating between $6,000 and $9,000. If you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2009, today it will be worth over $1.5 million. That's 9 years later. Do I have your attention now? We're not talking about pocket change here. We are talking about the opportunity to change your financial tree if you do this right. Think about this. Uber, a transportation company that owns no cars. Amazon, the world's largest retail chain that has no stores. Bitcoin goes from 0.008 cents to $9,000. Show me anywhere where you see a return like that. How much money did you make off your money in your savings account last year without touching it? Or the stock market? Nothing can compare to this growth. And it's no fun being on the outside looking in. We've all been there before. You all remember the first time you heard about Bitcoin and you dismissed it because everybody did. And now you keep hearing it. It's all over the news. It's all over the media. There's a movie coming out about it. It's been on Ellen DeGeneres. The Big Bang Theory did a show about it. You hear about your cousin, your uncle, your brother, or somebody at work talking about Bitcoin, but you don't know where to go. You don't know where to begin. Well, KGX has the solution. So what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is the world's first decentralized cryptocurrency. It is peer-to-peer transaction. It allows you to do transactions anywhere around the world in regardless of borders, country, or language. One Bitcoin in Japan is worth one Bitcoin in the United States. Nobody owns or controls it. There's no company behind it. There's no government behind it. There's no bank behind it. It is completely anonymous. It is the language of money around the world. And transactions happen instantaneous with low transaction fees. Like how long would it take to transact a couple of $1 million from one country to another? How high in fees are you paying? There was a transaction done recently, $191 million worth of Bitcoin happened almost instantly, and the cost was 19 cents. Unheard of. Is it real? Absolutely. The state of Georgia and Arizona now allow their citizens to pay taxes in Bitcoin. And if the IRS is accepting Bitcoin to pay your taxes as real money, then it must be real money. Japan has legalized this as legal currency. Australia is allowing all their citizens to pay all bills in Bitcoin and crypto, and their entire financial system and government is getting connected to the blockchain. This is something that you cannot stop. You might not see it going on, but the infrastructure is being built and is going to fundamentally transform everything we know on how life and business is conducted today. Are you too late? No. See, the development of the crypto industry right now is around where the internet was in 1993 and 94. The rocket hasn't taken off yet. Remember AOL dial-up? Try to stream Netflix through that today. It's not happening. How do you buy it and can you spend it? Well, we're going to teach you how to buy it and how to spend it. So welcome to KGX, the Global Training Center. We are the company that is going to teach the world about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, ICOs, market trends, and the blockchain. All training is done by streaming video. You're going to learn how to buy your first Satoshi. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You're going to learn how to store your Bitcoin safely in crypto wallets. You're going to learn how to purchase and sell with Bitcoin. Learn about blockchain technology. Learn how to trade cryptocurrencies. Learn how ICOs work, and much, much more. All of our training is done in 3 modules: Bitcoin 101, Crypto Intermediate, and Crypto Advanced. Each module has 15 lessons. At the end of the 15 lessons, you'll be given a test to make sure that you're retaining the information. These lessons are done by PDF, by audio and video, and you can listen to it whenever you want to on your own time. Many of you have busy schedules. Everything you need to know about Bitcoin, but this is not what makes our company. This is the foundation, the 45 lessons. The one thing I can guarantee, we don't make any income guarantees, but the one thing I can guarantee is that if you are a beginner, or if you think you're a seasoned veteran, been in the game for years, I can guarantee you, after going through our course and being part of our community, you're going to come out knowing more and being armed with more information to make more money in this space. I don't care who you are. The biggest value of KGX is the community that we're building. The 45 lessons don't stop right there. We're still in pre-launch right now. When we launch, we are going to be having new videos launching every single month. We already do right now live training, crypto talks, updates, things that's going on in the world. I pay no attention to anybody who tells me that they don't need crypto education. I will not invest with you, especially people who say, Brandon, I've been in crypto for 6 years. I'm already an expert. I don't need none of that. Really? Can you tell me the latest news that just happened yesterday? I had one guy arguing with me about how much he knew, that he bought Bitcoin back in 2011. He's an expert. And then he's going to tell me, yeah, China has the biggest exchanges in the world. I said, really? Did you know that in July 2017, China banned all crypto exchanges? They ran to South Korea and Japan. He didn't even know that. And this is a person that has made millions in this space. Sorry, your lack of knowledge can cost us money. So that's what KGX is all about. KGX is here to keep you informed and updated on the crypto space, and that information can make you a whole lot of money, and the lack of that information can cost you a whole lot of money. With just one click, you can enter the Bitcoin age. So what is KGX? It's a group of very talented individuals that have come together and developed a simple step-by-step audio-video training system that will educate the world into the crypto space. And when we say the world, we mean the world. We're going to bring this into over 30 languages when we launch. We hired over 60 translators, and we're not talking about Google Translate either. We're talking about real translations of our PDF files, our audio and video done in those languages. We already have 7 languages done right now, which covers more than half the world as far as languages. Who do you know in other countries? You think Americans are the only ones who want crypto education? I'm telling you right now, the people who's going to blow up with this and make the most amount of money for wealth transfer is not going to be American. It's going to be people from other countries. How would you like to be the ones to tell them about this so that you can benefit from it? Speaking of that, what do I mean by that? Well, let's first talk about the cost. What is the cost of KGX, this education? It's $250 for our product. You have colleges out there that's charging you thousands of dollars for their courses because they're just now starting to add crypto. Who's ready to go back to school? You've got seminars and things in your local cities that's charging you anywhere between $500 to $5,000 for the weekend to learn about Bitcoin and crypto. You've got companies out there charging $500 to $800 just for an education course. Ours is $250 for the product. And then we have something that's called Earn While You Learn. Remember, I only started with $30. I didn't have the $10,000 to put down. And if you're in that situation, but you're ready to learn, we can show you how you can earn at the same time by taking advantage of our affiliate program. What does that mean? It means the ability to share this with other people. If you don't know nothing about crypto and you're hungry to learn, don't you think there might be other people who need to learn this information as well? Yeah. So you tell them about it. Tell them about the program. You can become a crypto promoter. Now that cost of that's an extra $50. So for $300, you're now a crypto promoter. And a crypto promoter is going to allow you the opportunity to earn direct referral bonuses, customer acquisition bonuses, the Cryptonary and the Cryptonary matching bonuses. All of this is designed for one thing, not for you to go out and retire on a yacht somewhere and live the big life. It's designed for you to be able to raise the funds necessary so that you can properly invest in this industry. The reason why I'm in crypto and I retired from the network marketing direct sales is because I want my money to work for me, not how many people do I have on auto ship in my company. Because that doesn't work anymore in the United States. I want my money to work for me. It never sleeps. It doesn't talk back. It doesn't give me an attitude. It doesn't get sick. It doesn't need me to hold their hand. It doesn't need me to motivate them. Money does what I tell it to do. That's where real wealth is generated. So you got to get the funds first so you can take advantage of our affiliate side. One thing that I tell people too, because they tell me, Brandon, what's so different from your company and all those companies in 2017 that got shut down, they scammed everybody out of their money. Here's one thing, we're not taking your Bitcoin. And number two, the cost of our education program is only $300. My rule number two in crypto space is never invest money you cannot afford to lose. So if you're already telling me $300 is too much for you, you are in the wrong space. But when you do spend $300 or you make that sacrifice for $300, my rule number three is always get your money back as fast as possible. So how do you get your money back? Because if you get your money back, you eliminate your risk. Now you can never lose. Everything's a profit. Here's how. Share this with 3 people. We're going to pay you $100 for every sell. So you sell this to 3 people. You just made $300. You made your money back. You eliminated your risk. We have people doing this in the first 24 hours in the business. Get your money back. Now you got education for free. How about that? You also have for those that just want to sign up customers, people that don't want to be crypto promoters. You're going to get an additional $25. So you're going to make $125 if you sell the product for $250. You just made $125. If you do 10 customer sales, you just made an extra $250. Then we have something called the Cryptonary. This is for those people who want to build a large team in an organization. For people who say, you know what, I have so many people in my church that need this crypto education. I've got people in my network that need this education, on my job, in my family, in my country. We're going to reward you for expanding your network. It's a binary that we call the Cryptonary. You only build 2 teams. Here's how this works. For every sale of the product is going to give you a point. So if you sold it to 3 people, that's 3 points. 2 on one side and 1 on the other. When that happens, when you have 3 points, that triggers a bonus, a $25 commission. And this is for every 3 points, whether you did the sale or the people on your organization did the sale. Doesn't matter where the 3 points come from. You're going to get a $25 bonus. And we have something also called the fork. What the fork is, it's going to allow you to make more money for the same amount of work. So let's say you completed a sale that week. You now qualify for the fork, which means every 3 points gained that week, you're not going to earn $25. You're going to earn $50. We're going to double your money. How about that? Double your money. So as an example, let's say you did 2 sales, because to qualify for the Cryptonary, you only need to do 2 sales one time and you're qualified for life. This isn't a month-to-month qualification. You just made $200, but one of your sales also completes a sale and they made $100. Well, that's another point that you get credit for. That's 3 points. You just made an additional 25 or 50 bucks. What happens if you do more than 2 sales? Well, the third sale and beyond is going to fall under the next available position in your organization, no matter how deep. Any sale I do now, they go hundreds and hundreds, and on one side, thousands deep. Everybody on that side gets credit for that point. So now you're going to get paid for work you didn't do. You can help build your team and help them make money based on what you do, called spillover. Now, naturally, you're going to have one team that grows bigger than the other. That's natural. Doesn't matter who you are. It just happens. What happens to all of those points in that money? Does it get flushed? Does it evaporate? Does it go away? No. It just continues to accumulate. It accumulates until you build your other side. So if you have one runaway leg, your other side, you're going to get paid 100% on this volume, 100%, meaning every point here is now 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, if you're qualifying for the fork, all the way down. Can you imagine 50 to 100 people that join that team in 1 week, multiply that times 50 for the week? It adds up real quick. We also have individuals who say, Brandon, you know what? Like you, I got burnt out from direct selling network marketing. I have no interest on building a team. I don't want to share this with anybody. I don't want to recruit nobody. Can I still make money with KGX? Yes, as a matter of fact, the people who's going to make the most money with us is not going to be the people who's recruiting anybody. It's going to be the people who's taken the education, applying it into the crypto space, using their own money to invest. We're going to have people that make millions and never signed a single person up. But here's one thing that I can tell you. You're going to have somebody ask you, hey, can you tell me about this Bitcoin thing? What you doing? How'd you do that? Can you show me? Now, you have a choice. You can sit there and spend 5 hours, 10 hours holding their hand, teaching them everything you know. Or you can say, you know what? I'm going to give you the same program that I learned to do this, to teach you everything you need to know. So now you save yourself some time, and you just made $100 on that referral. Remember what $100 can do. $100 in Bitcoin in 2009 is worth over $1 million today. You never know what you can do with that $100. But let's say you only told that one person. That's it. You didn't tell nobody else. You're going to earn a 10% check match on that individual. There is no qualification to get a check match. You don't have to hit a high rank or have a certain amount of volume every week or every month. Just because you simply told that person, if that person makes $10,000 a month, you're going to make an extra $1,000 a month. If that person makes $100,000 a month, you're going to make $10,000 a month. Might want to tell more people at that point. The bad news is that we cap our weekly at $50,000 a week, $200,000 a month on the Kryptonary. There's no cap on how many people you can personally tell. There's no cap on the check matching. And once you do cap at $50,000 a week, we're going to give you a second position above your larger position, and you can continue to build and earn more. With just one click, you can change your entire life. I speak from experience because it happened to me, because I was willing to learn. Now, KGX Foundation is education. That is what we're all about. We want to bring crypto education to the world, and it is up to you as an individual to decide what you're going to do with that information and that education. But since this is a space that's growing so rapidly, so big, new industries are being generated, it is not going to be the only thing we do. We're going to have other products and services that we're going to bring online that our customers can take advantage of, and our promoters will be able to earn an income from. One of those industries is the mining industry. And I don't know how much you know or have learned about mining. Our education platform will teach you that, but it is the backbone of all cryptocurrency. Nothing happens without the miners because the miners are the ones that's creating the blockchain, that's storing all the data. And the reward for doing that is crypto coin. They're incentivized to build the blockchain. They're given Bitcoin. So we are a wholesaler for a miner. Best way to describe it is you've got people that became millionaires because they bought and they held on to Bitcoin. But would you rather buy the golden egg or the golden goose that's producing the golden egg every single month? That's what mining is. So we are offering mining machines that mine Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, and Green X. Oh, what is that one? Green X. 99% of all of our mining sales is for Green X. Why? It is almost impossible to try to make a profit mining Bitcoin today by yourself in your home. It's been doing it for 9 years. But Green X, nobody's heard of. It is brand new. It is the most exciting project that I have been a part of in my entire crypto existence. It's an industry disruptor. Think of YouTube, the world's largest media provider that owns no media. Uber, the world's largest taxi company that owns no taxis. Airbnb, the world's largest hotel provider that owns no hotels. You see, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. And what's the next big disruption going to be? Power. This is one of the main reasons why I like this, because power and electricity is not a luxury. Power and electricity is a necessity. You take it away, and we are in the dark ages. So this is something that is a necessity. We're talking about a 100-year-old technology that's in need of an upgrade, trapped in a wired grid, and is expensive to distribute. What if we take it from the wired grid and we put it on the blockchain? It's time to think outside the grid. And when you hear the green, you think of environmental friendly. So right now, only people think of a power company and solar panels on your roof. What if we could put solar in a box and we make the power industry go from centralized, meaning one power company, to decentralized? It's like the banks. The banks hold all the money, right? It's a central power authority. And Bitcoin broke it up, making it decentralized. We're dealing with each other without the middleman. Same thing with power. The future of power is going to be decentralized. There's going to be no middleman getting in between. Solar in a box. Now, I don't have time to go into all the technical explanations of that. We have other times and many videos describing this. I just want to give you a basic idea. And when we're talking about power, we're talking about something huge. Look at other industry disruptors: Facebook, Airbnb, Bitcoin, Uber. May 2018, Green became the world's first power company that produces no power. Our mission is to save, share, and give. Now, these machines that mine a coin, what's the coin? The green coin is what represents what the green technology is all about. Every coin on the market, and there's more than just Bitcoin. If you didn't know that, there's over 2,000 coins, represents something in the real world. Well, what represents green is the green coin. And as this starts to grow, do you think that the green coin is going to have value to it? Everybody's going to want to get their hands on this green coin. You can't buy the coin. It's not on the exchanges. The only way you can get this coin is by mining it. And our mining rigs cost $3,750 each. Now, if you're going to pay this type of money, the first question somebody asks is, how much money am I going to make? That's a good question, but it is also the wrong type of question to ask in crypto, because the mining machines don't produce you money. The mining machines are producing you crypto coins, and those coins have a value. So the right question is, how many coins is my machine going to produce? Because the money you make is relevant. It depends on when you decide to sell your coins. If you decide to sell your coins at 1 cent, you're going to make a certain amount of money. If you wait and sell your coins at 5 cents, you're going to make more money for the same amount of coins. That's all relative. But here's what we know. There's going to be 50 billion coins ever in existence. Bitcoin, there's only 21 million. 25 billion of those coins need to be mined in its first year. We started mining July 4th, 2018, and the 1 year will be July 4th, 2019. Half the coins need to be mined. Half of those 25 billion need to be mined in the first 6 months between July and December of this year. That's 12.5 billion coins. Then you need to look at how many machines are currently mining. Right now, less than 3,000. Now, the next question is, what's the value of the coin? Well, the company is not looking at it going any less than a 1 penny when it goes on the exchange. So you do the math. How many machines times how many coins need to be mined times the value of each coin. Let's just say lives are going to change because of these mining machines. Why? Because you're mining them first, the coins. You're the first. Imagine mining Bitcoin back in 2009, 2010. You're the first, which means you're going to have the most coins. You decide when you want to sell them. But if it hits the exchange at 1 cent, what happens if it goes to 2 cents? You just doubled. What happens if it goes to 5 cents, 10 cents? One of my biggest breaks in crypto is because I was involved with the coin that I got dirt cheap and I sold and made more money in 1 day than most people make in a year on a job. I already know the power of this. This is why I'm so excited. Now, for those of you who say, I can't afford $3,750, that's okay. You can earn your way there. How? If you sell the mining rig, you're going to make a $500 commission for every sell. Not bad. You sell 8 machines, you just made $4,000. You can afford a mining machine now. Now, rig specifications, hash rate is 12 to 14 terahertz. Power consumption is 1,300 to 1,400 watts. Chip type SHA 256 ASIC chip. Rules of purchase, you can only purchase 10 rigs per month per customer. You say, wow, 10 times 3,750? People are doing that? People want 100 rigs right now. Yes, we have to limit to 10 so we don't have just a few people hogging it all up. The mining rigs can be housed in our Utah facility or shipped to you. Why do you want it in Utah? One, because I don't want to deal with it here. I don't want to have to deal with the maintenance, the programming. I don't want to have to deal with the energy costs, the heat, the noise of it. Let them deal with all that. Let them handle that. Rigs will be paid for in advance. There's a standard 30 to 120-day delivery because these are in demand. The customer owns the rig. What makes us different from any other mining companies? Well, most of it is illegal in the United States. Group mining, hash mining, cloud mining, contract mining, it's illegal because the SEC considers that a sale of a security. You're giving your money to a third party with hopes of them investing on your behalf, or you can make a profit. By definition, that's a sale of a security. Here, we're not selling you coins, we're selling you a machine. The machine generates the tokens. Those coins, tokens go to you. KGX never touches your coins. They go to your wallet. You own it. You want to pull the rig out, you're going to pull it out, have it shipped to you. You're going to have a serial number and a certificate of authenticity. There is no refund policy. Even though it says purchase with Bitcoin only, you can also do a wire transfer as well. Now, as a disclaimer, KGX is a wholesaler. We are not green. No income claims can be made on mining results. All coins earned are paid directly to the customer, the owner. KGX is not responsible for maintenance of the mining rig, and customers to read and agree to all documents before making a purchase. Customer agrees in advance that KGX LLC is not responsible for results, so please review all policies and especially the no refund policy. Welcome to the world of mining where you own the mining rig. Another advantage that KGX has is being one of the only companies of this nature in this space that survive more than 6 months, if we're still in pre-launch, 6 months, we're still here, is the fact that we are also putting together a standardized training system. They're created by a gentleman named Mark Januszewski, who is an 8-figure earner in this space. This is our KGX Edge. We've identified why many people fail in a business, and we have given them the solution. Instead of having 15 leaders doing 15 different things, our system is going to be in place so that everybody is going to learn the basics on how to build themselves and build their business. This is what takes companies from multi-million-dollar status to billion-dollar status, because we're treating it as a franchise, so that it's not about a leader, it's about the system. If everybody's plugging into the system and not the leader, now you're bringing duplication. And I know this far too well. I was a top producer of a company, worked my tail off for years, decided to take a month-long break where I didn't do any business. I came back and it's like the entire thing fell apart because without me, it didn't run. So we have a system in place that's included in your membership to teach you the training on how to duplicate your business with your organization. Now, as an income disclaimer, this is a brand new opportunity with minimum data, and we're in crypto dealing with investments. We are very careful with our wording. We are here to be a long-term company, not a 6-month fly-by-night opportunity. The company is registered in the United States. The owners of the company are in the United States, not in Dubai, Belize, or Russia somewhere. They're accessible. You can talk to them. You can reach out to them. We have brought on Thompson and Burden LLC law firm. We even have a compliance law firm on place to make sure that we're doing everything legal with SEC compliance. We have Troy Dooley as our compliance advisor. We don't do anything without their say-so, without their permission. And they have shut things down before we even got started that we as a company wanted to do. We listen to them, our legal team, because we want to be here. We want you to know that you can go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and know that the company is still here. So we won't allow any income claims. That's what gets people and companies in trouble. Even if true, this is crypto. We don't play that. Your success depends on you. From your hard work, dedication, belief, passion, commitment, persistence, and leadership. And a little bit of luck. Like being a part of green at the very beginning when most people aren't going to hear about it until 2019. You've been mining it for months. Now at this point, you can make a decision. Get back to the person who invited you here. Let them know whether you're in or out. Let's get you signed up. Let's get you started. Let's get you going. Get your crypto education on. But then we have those who say, you know what, it sounds good. I'm good. I don't really need this. It doesn't mean anything in my life. Thank you for learning more about it, but I'm good. That's okay. Well, it's not for everybody. But I'm going to share something with you. 2 things I learned when I started doing my own research. Number 1, that cryptocurrency represents the greatest advancement and shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. What that means is that there is no racism, sexism. There is no barrier of entry. It doesn't matter what language you speak, the color of your skin, your religion, what country you were born in. None of that matters. There is no glass ceiling. All you need is access to a cell phone, internet, and a willingness to learn. Nobody has any excuses anymore to have access to wealth. The banks can't stop it. The government can't stop it. The majority cannot stop you if you're a minority. There is nothing holding you back but your willingness to learn. And I also learned that the blockchain itself, the technology that cryptocurrency is built on, is going to fundamentally transform everything in society. And I literally mean everything. It is the greatest invention since the internet. It is as important to human society as the introduction of agriculture. We're talking about moving from the information age of the internet to now the digitized age of transfer of ownership and the Internet 2.0, the blockchain. And the foundation is being built all around us. So if you decide this is not for you, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and start driving. You're going to start seeing Bitcoin ATMs all over the place. You're going to go into a Starbucks or a store to buy something, get your coffee, and they're going to say, we now accept crypto coins as payment. Worse off, you're going to go into your job and they're going to be talking about, we're now accepting all of our products to be paid in Bitcoin. And then they're going to say, we're going to pay you your salary in Bitcoin. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer already predicted it. It's a matter of time. For those of you that's in network marketing and other network marketing companies, that's okay. You don't have to stop what you're doing. You don't have to leave it, because what we're teaching you is what to do with your money once you make it. And not live the Lambo lifestyle, but how to invest your money so that you can keep it. You know how many regional vice presidents I know ended up living on somebody's couch because they didn't know how to invest the money that they made? But I can guarantee by the end of 2019, most network marketing companies are going to be paying out all of their commissions in crypto coins. I predicted that last year. Mark my words. Whether you like it or not, you will be involved. Only at this short period of time, you can choose how you're going to be involved. Build a financial wall around your house so high that nothing can penetrate. That is what crypto is going to allow you to do for you and your family, no matter where you are in life today. So with that, thank you guys for joining us tonight. The next presentation will be Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, right here, kgsglobal.info. It will also be a getting started training, so you can learn how to get yourself started. And then we're hitting the road. We've got Philadelphia Bitcoin Boot Camp next weekend, the weekend of the October 25th, 26th. And then we'll be in Chicago, October 10th, and again October 17th. Then I'll be in Santa Clara. I'm sorry, not October 9th, November 10th and November 17th. And then Santa Clara, November 28th and 29th, Blockchain Expo. We got a busy schedule coming up. Soon there'll be a blockchain event, boot camp happening in your city. You can be involved with us. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. My name is Bitcoin Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California. This call is being recorded if you want to go back and listen to it again, or you want to share it with other people so you don't have to do any explanations yourself. Thank you for joining us. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.
Crypto Gen X.